Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie Beglow with MemoryInkers.com. I am coming to you today to show this video. It's actually going to be part of a stamp and blog hop with the Global Stamping Friends. So I wanted to show you we have been challenged to use these colors, Lemon Lime Twist, Island Indigo, and Early Espresso. My card also has some white and some designer series paper included with them and some other things. But these three were our color challenge. So I'm going to show you one card that this is the card I made first for our color challenge. And it actually uses something that's really not talked about very much. It's a Sale-a-bration item, which you can get free with a $50 product purchase before tax and shipping. It's the Tutti Frutti Cards and Envelopes Kit, and it's on page 14 of the original Sale-a-bration catalog. As many of you know, there is a second release that came out, but the things in the original catalog are still available. But it does come with, there's like a big pack, and you get like all the cards and envelopes. So I wanted to show you guys this because a lot of people don't think about these. But I personally think that they're awesome. So for this one, I did cut down the card base. It's actually completely that color folded, and I added it to some thick Whisper White. So I will have details for this on my blog if you guys want more information on this particular card. But the one I'm going to talk to you about today is this card. And I'm going to talk a little bit about watercolor pencils. I know that we've all used them before, and right now everybody, including me, is absolutely gaga over the Stampin' Blends. But sometimes you want to use markers and sometimes you want to use pencils. And in this case, I knew that I wanted to use pencils because I have a Lemon Lime Twist pencil that came with this awesome kit in the Occasions catalog called Lots of Happy Card Kit. It makes beautiful cards. And I am going to do a class or a video on this soon if there's interest, because it's just a beautiful kit. So that's what made me determine I wanted to use pencils, because I needed to be able to use this one, which is not part of the kit because it's Lemon Lime Twist. And another one that's in there that's not part of the regular pencils is Flirty Flamingo. So these are both in colors. This one is going to be going away at the end of May, and this one will remain current. But you may not be able to get those colors in the pencils. So, okay, so that's where we are. So let me set everything up to show you how I created this background. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So what I did first was I took from the Flying Home stamp set, which is in the Occasions, the 2018 Occasions catalog, I took this stamp, which I will show you here, and using Scotch tape, I covered up the bird and the birdhouse and the little string that the birdhouse was hanging from, and I stamped it on there. And because I want to, I am going to use my Memento ink. And I know that there are, you know, things, oh shoot, I just made a mess. There are things about not using Memento ink when you're going to color with your blender pen, but I'm going to do that. So I've inked it up. Always remember, because I just almost forgot, to remove the Scotch tape. Okay, otherwise you'll have a big black blob. All right, so I'm going to turn this way so I can see a little better. And I'm just going to eyeball it because this is a red rubber stamp. And there you go. Now I've got an awesome circle right there. As you can see, I had one here as well. Okay, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I was compelled to clean up the ink that I spilled on my tabletop. It was driving me crazy. So anyway, so now here we have that. And Then all I did was I used the watercolor pencil. In this case, this is the Lemon Lime Twist. And I started to color the leaves. Now I'm not going to color every little bit for you because really the biggest tip was why not use part of a stamp and create something different. So I went through and I just colored all of the things that I thought needed to be green, all of the leaf elements. And there are, now see, I don't know how close you guys can see that, and I'm terrible at zooming, so you can see sometimes it gets a little light. What you can do with that is you can either add blender pen and then color again, and that sort of wets it, or you can wet your pencil with the blender pen and color, and it'll be a little darker. Now after you color all of your leaves in, you're going to use your blender pen to just make sure that they're on there really good. It smooths them over really nice. Plus then while it's wet, you can go in and add a little bit more color to certain areas, and give it a little bit of dimension that maybe it didn't have before. So you would go through and you would do all of that. And when you use a blender pen, you always want to make sure you have an extra scrap of paper, because you want to clean your blender pen until it does not leave color anymore. And you can see that the tip is dirty here. This end really shows it, but it's clean. So that's just how blender pens work. But I wanted to show you something, because remember in my color challenge, I needed to use Island Indigo, and there is no Island Indigo pencil currently. So what I did was I took my Island Indigo ink pad and I squeezed it really hard so that ink appeared on the bottom in the little well. And then I could use it to scoop up a lot or a little, and in some cases I did both. Now this one is, I started a little darker here and then I used it lighter, and in some places I went really light, and then in other places I went very dark. Like for instance, I don't know if you can see, but I wanted some of them very dark. So I made the little buds very dark, just to give it some color variation. And then I made that little dot darker, and you can do that however you want to do it. But it's just another way. If you don't have a pencil, don't forget, you can always get a color with your ink pads, and that will save you some money. If you don't want to buy the markers or the pencils, although during Sale-a-bration is most certainly the best time to do that. So, and then just remember to clean your blender pen really well before you go on to do the other colors here. Now, on the bird, let me slide this under here so you can see. I actually was a little nuts, and I stamped the bird by itself, which is again from this same stamp, and then I colored it with the pencils, and then I cut it out, and then I matted it on top of some early espresso cardstock, and I cut it out again. If you look at this real close, go on my blog, memoryinkers.com. There'll be a photo you can zoom in on. You will see that it is not cut perfectly, because perfection is overrated. It just is. And then I just stamped the happy birthday in there. I just didn't want to add another piece, and I wanted it to be a birthday card because I used the background from the, what is it called? Picture Perfect Birthday Designer Series paper, which is a 6x6 set. But the happy birthday came from BirdBanter. These two sets absolutely go together. You definitely want to get both of them, and then you're going to be pretty darn close to getting a Sale-a-bration item. And my recommendation would be the Sorry, I got cut off there. My recommendation would be for you to get these awesome Tutti Frutti cards and envelopes in the Sale-a-bration catalog, although there are many beautiful things to choose from in this catalog, and there is the additional added items that just came out. So I hope that you enjoyed learning this technique on how to use a stamp in different ways. I mean, as soon as I saw this, I thought, well, that's just a beautiful little, I forget what those bows, I think those are called when it's a curved thing. I don't know. I just stamp and color. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to do that if you did not know already, or if you have this stamp set, you maybe hadn't thought of that. And of course, learning how to get other coloring from your Stamp and Blends marker, because this is one of my favorite tools because it can be used so many different ways. I hope that you will come back again, and that you will come and check out my blog, especially today, memoryinkers.com, because this is part of, like I said, the Global Stamping Friends blog hop. So you will be able to see other demonstrators who have used these same 3 colors in their designs and see what did they come up with. I'm sure it's going to be different than mine. Also, look closely. I can't remember if I said this in the one that pulled off, but this card is done with Stampin' Blends, which you know I love. And this one is done with the watercolored pencils. I think they're equally as beautiful, and they have different uses. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope that you will go to my blog and perhaps follow me there. Please leave a comment either there or here on YouTube on how you feel about this. Anything you'd like to see me make, I would love to hear about that. And you can follow me by pressing that little button down there to follow me on my YouTube channel. So have a fabulous day. Bye.